Can you believe there's a 12-ton machine, nearly 9 meters long, taller than most adults, yet it can crawl through swamps, climb steep hills, cross frozen rivers, and keep running even when the temperature drops to minus 40 degrees Celsius? This is the KrAZ-255, one of the most legendary off-road trucks ever built by the Soviet Union. Before we dive into the story of this steel beast, if you love off-roading, military vehicles, or heavy machinery, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Mudlord. It helps me create even more exciting content for you. Now, let's begin our journey into the world of the KrAZ-255, a truck that became a true symbol of Soviet mechanical power. 1. First impressions, a gigantic beast. Seeing the KrAZ-255 in real life, your first thought isn't about beauty, it's about sheer size and strength. The truck measures almost 9 meters long, about the same length as a city bus. It weighs over 12 tons, and that's without any cargo loaded. Its massive tires are taller than half an average adult's height, making anyone standing next to it feel tiny. The KrAZ-255 wasn't built to look pretty. It was built to dominate terrain. Its boxy, rugged, and angular design speaks one clear message. I was born to work hard, to fight mud, snow, and roads where even tanks hesitate to go. 2. Built for war, a heavy-duty military truck. The KrAZ-255 was born in the 1960s at the KrAZ factory in Kremenchuk, Ukraine, then part of the Soviet Union. Its primary mission was simple but demanding. Towing heavy artillery. Transporting military supplies and equipment. Carrying troops across extreme terrains. This wasn't an ordinary civilian truck. It was designed specifically for the Soviet Army, which required vehicles to survive the harshest conditions on Earth. Freezing Siberian winters at minus 40 degrees Celsius. Scorching Central Asian summers at plus 50 degrees Celsius. Endless stretches of roadless taiga forests, swamps, and deserts. From day one, the KrAZ-255 was built as a tool of war, tough, powerful, and nearly indestructible. 3. Beyond the battlefield, life in civilian hands. Even though it was designed for the military, the KrAZ-255 quickly found a second life beyond the army. People realized that any truck strong enough to tow heavy artillery could easily handle the toughest civilian jobs. Hauling timber deep inside the remote Siberian taiga. Transporting heavy machinery to oil and gas fields. Delivering supplies to places where roads simply didn't exist. For decades, the KrAZ-255 became the backbone not only of the Soviet military but also of loggers, oil workers, and long-haul drivers battling extreme environments. 4. Behind the wheel, the driver's perspective. For anyone lucky enough to drive a KrAZ-255, the experience is unforgettable. The driver's seat is high, almost on the same level as modern semi-trucks, giving a commanding view of everything below. The roar of the 14.9-liter V8 diesel engine shakes the entire cabin. It sounds like a wild beast growling. Pressing the accelerator doesn't make the truck jump forward. Instead, it rolls out like a moving fortress, heavy but unstoppable. Many Soviet drivers gave the KrAZ-255 nicknames like the Beast or the Walking Refrigerator, both a nod to its massive size and its legendary durability. 5. Why the KrAZ-255 became an off-road legend. There were many powerful 6x6 trucks built during the Cold War, but the KrAZ-255 earned its legendary status thanks to several unique advantages. A huge 14.9L V8 diesel engine delivering massive torque. Giant tires paired with a central tire inflation system, CTIS, advanced technology for its time. Full-time 6x6 drivetrain with transfer case and locking differentials, almost nothing could stop it. Built to handle temperatures from minus 40 degrees Celsius to plus 50 degrees Celsius without failing. Simple, rugged engineering, easy to repair, nearly impossible to kill if the driver knows what they're doing. That's why, even over 50 years later, the KrAZ-255 is still sought after by off-road enthusiasts, collectors, military restorers, loggers, and extreme expedition teams. The KrAZ-255 isn't just a truck, it's a Soviet off-road legend. Part 2, the V8 diesel heart, power from the engine and 6x6 drivetrain. If the introduction showed you how massive the KrAZ-255 really is, this part takes you deeper into the beast's true power source, the YMZ-238 diesel V8 engine and its incredibly capable 6x6 drivetrain. 1. The YMZ-238 engine, a massive V8 powerhouse. The highlight of the KrAZ-255 is its YMZ-238 engine, a V8 diesel monster built by the Yaroslavl Motor Plant, Soviet Union. Displacement, 14.86 liters. Maximum power, 240 HP. Peak torque, 883 Nm at low RPM. Engine type, 4-stroke diesel, water-cooled. At first glance, 240 horsepower doesn't sound impressive compared to modern trucks. But the magic lies in its massive low-end torque, which allows the KrAZ-255 to tow heavy loads, crawl through mud, and climb steep hills without screaming at high RPMs. Why a V8 diesel instead of gasoline? Better fuel efficiency under heavy loads and long distances. Diesel is less volatile, safer on the battlefield. High torque at low RPM, perfect for towing artillery, hauling logs, and off-road missions. This is exactly why the Soviet engineers chose diesel power for the KrAZ-255. It needed relentless pulling power, not speed. 2. Cold weather starting power. One major challenge for diesel engines in Siberia is fuel gelling in extreme cold. The KrAZ-255 overcomes this with preheater system, warms up the engine before starting. Fuel heating system prevents diesel from freezing in the fuel lines. Thanks to these features, the KrAZ-255 can start and operate reliably even at -40°C, giving it a huge advantage in military operations where delays aren't an option. 3. Transmission and drivetrain system. A strong engine needs an equally capable drivetrain. The KrAZ-255 is equipped with 5-speed manual gearbox, tough, simple, and easy to repair. 2-speed transfer case, switch between high-range, on-road, and low-range, off-road. Full-time 6x6 drive, all 3 axles receive power for maximum traction. On highways, the driver can disengage the front axle to save fuel. But once the KrAZ-255 enters deep mud, sand, or snow, engaging all-wheel drive transforms it into a true 6x6 off-road monster. 4. Differential locks, the secret weapon. Slippery terrain often causes wheels to lose traction. Without differential locks, power goes to the wheel that spins freely, leaving the truck stuck. The KrAZ-255 solves this with locking differentials, ensuring that even if some wheels lose grip, the remaining ones still get torque to keep moving forward. Example scenarios. One side of the truck sinks in mud, the other side still pulls it out. Driving on snow, as long as a few wheels find grip, the truck escapes easily. With proper driving skill, the KrAZ-255 almost never gets stuck. 5. Towing capacity and heavy haul strength. Originally designed for military use, the KrAZ-255 was built to tow extremely heavy equipment, including 152mm artillery guns, anti-aircraft systems, heavy rocket launchers. In civilian roles, it handles tasks like hauling massive timber loads through forests, transporting heavy machinery at construction sites, pulling trailers weighing 10 to 12 tons over rough terrain. With its high torque and low-range gearing, the KrAZ-255 can drag entire convoys out of mud, something regular trucks could never achieve. 6. Driving experience, power in the driver's hands. Drivers who have handled the KrAZ-255 describe it as heavy steering. No modern power steering requires real muscle. Firm, deliberate gear shifts. Large mechanical gearbox, not smooth but reliable. Unstoppable feeling. Once mastered, it feels like the truck can go anywhere. Driving the KrAZ-255 isn't like operating a modern truck. It's more like taming a wild beast, slow, heavy, but with raw, unstoppable power. 7. Simplicity, the key to survival. One of the KrAZ-255's greatest strengths is its mechanical simplicity. No complicated electronics. Purely mechanical systems, easy to repair in the field. Heavy-duty parts built for endurance, not finesse. This makes the KrAZ-255 a truck you can fix in the Siberian wilderness or desert with just a few basic tools, a huge advantage for both military and civilian operations. 8. The YMZ-238 engine beyond the KrAZ-255. Interestingly, the YMZ-238 wasn't exclusive to the KrAZ-255. It powered several other Soviet heavy-duty vehicles, including MAZ-500 and MAZ-7310 trucks, heavy armored vehicles, industrial tractors and machinery. Its widespread use proves its durability, reliability, and adaptability across both military and industrial applications. Conclusion. The KrAZ-255's V8 diesel heart, combined with its 6x6 drivetrain, low-range transfer case, and locking differentials, makes it nearly unbeatable in extreme off-road conditions. It's not fast. It's not pretty. But it pulls entire convoys out of mud, crosses deep snow, and keeps moving through sandstorms and blizzards when other trucks fail. This isn't just a truck, it's a Soviet-built off-road legend. Part 3, the steel legs, giant tires, chassis, and off-road secrets. If the YMZ-238 V8 diesel engine is the heart, then the tires and chassis are the steel legs that allow the KrAZ-255 to conquer the harshest terrains of the Soviet Union. 1. Giant tires, KrAZ-255's ultimate weapon. The first thing that stuns anyone seeing the KrAZ-255 for the first time is its massive tires, sized 1300 x 530-533 mm. Each tire stands over 1.3 meters tall, nearly the height of a short adult. With a width of nearly half a meter, the tires create an enormous contact area with the ground. Deep, aggressive, herringbone tread patterns are designed to bite into mud, snow, and loose terrain. Advantages of the giant tires. Low ground pressure. Thanks to their large contact area, the KrAZ-255's 12-ton weight is distributed evenly, resulting in much lower ground pressure compared to conventional trucks. This allows the KrAZ-255 to float on mud and snow, reducing the risk of getting stuck. Obstacle clearing capability. With their massive diameter, the tires allow the truck to crawl over rocks, logs, and trenches that smaller trucks couldn't handle. Extreme durability. Designed for military operations, the tires can withstand harsh terrain and heavy loads while remaining highly resistant to damage. It's no exaggeration to say that these tires are the dinosaur feet that take the KrAZ-255 where few vehicles dare to go. 2. Central Tire Inflation System, CTIS, technology ahead of its time. One of the KrAZ-255's most advanced and unique features is its Central Tire Inflation System, CTIS, a technology that allows drivers to adjust tire pressure while driving. How it works. Inside the cabin, the driver has a control panel to increase or decrease tire pressure. Compressed air from the braking system flows through integrated pipelines to each tire. Tire pressure can be adjusted in just a few minutes, depending on terrain conditions. Benefits of CTIS. Mud and snow, Lowering tire pressure flattens the tires, doubling the contact area and helping the truck float. Sand, the same principle applies. Reducing pressure prevents the vehicle from sinking. Paved roads, increasing tire pressure reduces rolling resistance, saving fuel and extending tire life. What's truly remarkable is that this technology existed back in the 1960s, while many modern civilian trucks didn't get CTIS until the 2000s. The Soviet engineers were clearly ahead of their time. 3. Suspension and chassis, built like a tank. A 12-ton truck tackling mud, forests, and mountains requires an incredibly strong frame and suspension system. Chassis. Heavy-duty ladder frame steel construction designed to handle extreme loads. High torsional rigidity allows the truck to twist and flex without structural damage when climbing rocks or crossing uneven terrain. Simple, repair-friendly design means soldiers or field workers can weld or patch the frame even in remote areas. Suspension. Heavy-duty semi-elliptical leaf springs provide exceptional load-carrying capacity. Hydraulic shock absorbers help reduce vibrations and impacts during off-road driving. While not as smooth as modern independent suspensions, the KrAZ-255 suspension is built for endurance, surviving long journeys across rough terrain without failure. 4. Ground clearance, conquering obstacles with ease. The KrAZ-255 boasts an impressive 400 mm ground clearance, greater than many modern off-road trucks. Easily crawls over rocks, logs, and deep ruts without underbody damage. Combined with its massive tires, the truck is nearly impossible to belly out in mud or trenches. Tests show the KrAZ-255 can climb slopes up to 31 degrees and handle 25-degree side inclines without tipping, incredible numbers for a heavy-duty truck. 5. Waterfording capabilities. The KrAZ-255 can ford water up to 1.5 meters deep without special preparation, allowing it to cross rivers and streams during military operations. Traverse flooded areas and wetlands without stalling. With an optional snorkel kit, the truck can even handle depths of up to 2 meters. 6. Traction and the invincible feeling. Those who have witnessed the KrAZ-255 in action describe it as feeling unstoppable. On snow, large tires plus low pressure allow the truck to glide across the surface. On mud, aggressive tread patterns dig into the ground, pushing the 12-ton beast forward. On sand, a simple pressure drop lets the KrAZ-255 crawl like a camel across the desert. Many drivers claim the KrAZ-255 can even pull out a stuck tank, proving its unmatched off-road dominance. 7. When steel legs create a legend. The KrAZ-255 became an off-road legend thanks to a combination of massive, low-pressure tires, revolutionary CTIS technology, reinforced chassis and suspension, exceptional ground clearance, outstanding waterfording and climbing ability. It's no surprise that many describe the KrAZ-255 as a cargo truck built like a tank. If a tank was designed to attack, the KrAZ-255 was designed to carry anything, anywhere, regardless of terrain. Conclusion. The KrAZ-255 isn't just powerful because of its engine, it owes much of its legendary off-road capability to its steel legs. With giant tires, an advanced CTIS system, a bulletproof chassis, heavy-duty suspension, and exceptional ground clearance, the KrAZ-255 rightfully earns its title as a true off-road king. Part 4. Conquering harsh nature, from freezing Siberia to scorching deserts. The KrAZ-255 isn't just an ordinary off-road truck. It was designed to operate in places where most vehicles give up: the freezing winters of Siberia where diesel fuel solidifies, the blazing heat of Central Asian deserts, or the wet, muddy taiga forests. 1. Siberian Challenge, bone-chilling cold and endless snow. Winter temperatures in Siberia can drop to -40 degrees Celsius, sometimes even lower. In such conditions, many trucks would fail completely. Diesel fuel freezes. Batteries lose charge. Engines fail to start. But the KrAZ-255 is prepared for all of this. Technical solutions. Engine preheater, warms the engine block before starting. Fuel heating system, prevents diesel from freezing in the lines. Insulated cabin plus heater, keeps the driver warm for long hours. Performance in snow. Giant tires plus low pressure allow the truck to float on deep snow instead of sinking. 6x6 drivetrain plus differential locks let the vehicle keep moving even if some wheels slip. Water fording capability allows it to cross partially frozen rivers. Thanks to these features, the KrAZ-255 became the unstoppable transporter of Siberia, hauling wood, oil, and construction materials across roadless areas. 2. Central Asia and deserts, scorching heat and blinding dust. If Siberia tested the KrAZ-255 with cold, Central Asia and desert regions tested it with intense heat, reaching +50 degrees Celsius, combined with sandstorms and water scarcity. How KrAZ-255 handles the desert. Large cooling system, oversized radiator and high-capacity fan prevent engine overheating. Multi-stage air filters, keep sand and dust out of the engine. Giant tires with CTIS, lower pressure to crawl over soft sand without sinking. Large fuel tanks, 2x165 liters allow hundreds of kilometers of travel without refueling. During the Afghan War, 1979 to 1989, the KrAZ-255 proved its durability, transporting supplies over mountainous and desert terrain, outperforming many other vehicles. 3. Taiga forests, swamps, and roadless roads. Besides snow and deserts, the KrAZ-255 frequently operated in the Russian and Ukrainian taiga forests, where there were no paved roads. Terrain was muddy, filled with roots, and crossed by small streams. Climate remained wet year-round. Logging operations. KrAZ-255 often hauled trailer loads of logs dozens of meters long. Giant tires plus CTIS truck never got stuck in swamps. YMZ-238 engine enough torque to pull entire log convoys out of the forest. Strong chassis withstands heavy loads for long periods. To locals, the KrAZ-255 was like a steel packhorse, delivering timber from the wild to the processing plants. 4. Military applications, irreplaceable for decades. The KrAZ-255 was widely used by the Soviet Army and Warsaw Pact countries from the 1960s through the 1980s. Hauling heavy artillery. Carrying missile launch platforms. Transporting troops, fuel, and ammunition. It could keep pace with tanks and armored vehicles, something ordinary trucks couldn't achieve. Even today, some former Soviet countries still keep KrAZ-255s in reserve fleets into the 21st century. 5. Why the KrAZ-255 still survives today. Although production stopped in 1994, the KrAZ-255 can still be found in logging companies in Russia and Ukraine, oil fields in Siberia, off-road enthusiasts restoring them for exhibitions. Reasons for longevity. Simple, easy to repair diesel engine. Steel-strong chassis. Giant tires with CTIS outperform many modern trucks. Lower cost compared to new off-road vehicles. In short, the KrAZ-255 transcends the idea of just a truck, it is a living legend of mechanical engineering. 6. Conclusion, an immortal legend. Looking back, the KrAZ-255 combines all the elements of a heavy-duty off-road legend. Powerful YMZ-238 V8 diesel engine with high low-end torque. 6x6 drivetrain with auxiliary gearbox and differential locks, unstoppable traction. Giant 1.3-meter tires with CTIS conquer mud, snow, and sand. Super strong chassis and high ground clearance, climb rocks, cross rivers. Adaptability to extreme climates from -40 degrees Celsius to +50 degrees Celsius. Simple, repair-friendly design, ideal for military and heavy industry. Backhand index pointing right, that's why, even after more than half a century, the KrAZ-255 is remembered as one of the immortal off-road trucks in the world. Final note and CTA. If you enjoyed exploring the KrAZ-255, like this video and subscribe to the Mudlord channel for more. We'll continue to cover other Soviet off-road legends, from the compact UAZ-469, to the versatile ZIL-131, and the giant KrAZ trucks. Backhand index pointing right. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.